Hey there everyone, thank you so much for watching another one of my Beauty and Style by Erin Bradley makeup tutorials. Today I want to get real, so let's real talk. Right now is a crazy time, and with all this extra time on our hands, I feel like there's this extra pressure to feel productive and like we're doing so much, and even myself, like having to stay busy and homeschool or take care of my business or what's left of it right now, and it's a lot. So I think more than ever it's important right now to be thinking about self-care. So I put jeans on today for the first time in probably about like 2 or 3 weeks, and it felt really good to take a bit of time and get ready and just do stuff for myself. And there's days where I don't feel like putting any makeup on and I just want to stay in my pajamas all day and just relax. But there's times where, like, if I have a Zoom call or I'm doing one of these videos, it's nice to put a bit of makeup on and just feel like myself again. So whether you're at home and you're trying to work and you've got kids crawling all over you and wanting snacks every other second, or you're home all by yourself and you just crave and miss your life and seeing people, sticking to some sort of self-care routine in the morning is so important. So today I just wanted to give a little quick video on some tips and stuff on just self-care and a quick little 5-minute makeup. So in regards to like styling, now that we're having to do some of these like video chats and stuff, it can be simple as throwing on a pair of earrings and some accessories with your comfy sweater to make yourself feel a little bit more pulled together. It doesn't have to be fancy. You don't need to just like wear a t-shirt and put a suit jacket on to feel like corporate. You can definitely use accessories or whatnot to feel better about yourself. So when you're thinking about doing a really quick 5-minute makeup, there's a couple things that you really want to focus on. For sure, you want to even out your skin and brighten. So getting rid of dark circles, evening out your overall complexion is really important. You also want to then define things. So whether it's like defining cheekbones or defining your eyes with a bit of mascara, those things are important. And lastly, adding color into your face. So adding a little bit of blush, a little color on your lips will go a really long way and just make you look alive. So we're gonna start today with just a couple little quick tips. So today I'm going to start with my skin. I'm not doing a lot of eyeshadow, so it's okay to just start with skin. And today I'm actually using all of Elate Cosmetics. So it's a local company here in Victoria, BC, and I think more than ever it's so important to be, shopping local whenever you can and supporting our local businesses. So here we go. So I'm going to use first the new Refresh foundation from Elate, just a little squirt, and I'm going to use the Multiuse brush and just dab it on. And I'm going to start in the areas where I want a little bit extra coverage. So it's usually like your cheeks, your nose, your forehead, your chin, and then buff it out from there. You don't need a lot of product on your jawline. You tend to get a little bit of extra hair there. So better to keep the product minimum there so it doesn't collect. Oh, a couple random brush hairs. That will happen. Just make sure you're cleaning your brushes. I've got a little tutorial on that, so if you're needing help. Okay, and do it across your eyelid. Like that. So just gives a nice overall evening of it to the skin. Done. So there's step one. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna brighten even more. So I'm using the Creme Revealer in Porcelain and just using a little dab with my finger. And we're gonna go in and just brighten up those under eyes. I haven't been sleeping super awesome. Going to bed too late and getting up with my son too early. But thank goodness for concealer. We can just brighten up those eyes. So the heat of my finger will shear this coverage out. If you wanted a little extra coverage, then you could use a brush. But we're sticking simple today. I'm also going to put a little bit on my eyelids. So you can see there's a little bit of discoloration. right there. So we're gonna go in and just brighten that up. So evening out and brightening is our first step here. A little. And try not to get it on your eyelashes. If you get too much cream products, especially moisturizer, concealer, whatnot on your eyelashes, what happens is when you put your mascara on, it tends to break down, and that's when it would transfer. So try to keep your eyelashes dry. There we go. Any blemishes? Got a couple randoms here. Like that. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set that. So I'm going to go back in with my multi-use brush. Hey there.
Here's that one.
Awesome. So just tapping it into the lid. Ooh. And just dabbing the brush in, swirl it around. And if you've got too much on it, tap it into the brush. There we go. So I'm just going to go in and set that. So it just helps the product stay. And I'm using the same brush that I used with my foundation, the first step. So the great thing about using a brush in foundation is that, especially when it's a big fluffy one like this, you tend to use a little bit less. So just be, if you're using the brush for both things, try to be minimal with your product use and set your eyes really well. There we go. This stuff is great. It's called Veiled Elation. Yeah, loose mineral powder from Elate. It is pantyhose for your face. Basically just like shears out any imperfections. It's great for light to medium tone skin. You can pack it on and get coverage for a blemish. It's my favorite. Okay, so now that we've evened out and brightened, now we can go in and do some definition. So first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to define my brows. So I'm going in with this awesome brow balm and an angle brush like that. And we're just going to give, and I believe this is Suede. We're going to go in and just add some brow hair where there isn't much. So I need more on my inner a little, like that. And then they start to fade at the outside. So, and this brush is great because it's so fine. You can get like a really nice fine line with it. Ooh. Now, the great thing about brows is that they don't need to be perfect or identical. They just need to look like sisters. So, and then you've always got the brush on the other side that you can kind of go in and comb, or if you put too much product in. So you're doing little dashes on the inside, but then what you're doing at the outside is you're doing kind of a little bit more of like a straight line. And make sure not to go downwards too much. Let's see. And you can smooth it. Great thing about this brow balm too is it kind of holds your brows down a little. There we go. Now this color has a little bit extra warmth to it for me. Okay, so now that we've gone in and given some brow definition and just framed my eyes a little better, what we're gonna do is add a little bit of color in. So that can be done a couple different ways. So you can do blush, a cream blush, you can do powder, you can use your lipstick as a blush. I'm actually gonna use a cream bronzer today, and then a blush color as well. So what we're gonna start with, so I've got my Elate palette here, and I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna try this color right here. So actually I've never used this product, so we're gonna give it a whirl. It is called Bask bronzer, and I'm using my multi-use brush again, so this big brush. Now if you're using this many colors, you're probably gonna have to clean your brush a little bit more often or daily, or have multiple of them. but I'm just gonna try this one today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some color kind of into, you know, my skin. So we're just gonna go into the side here. Oh, that's a really great natural bronzer color, and I'm quite fair, so I was a little bit worried about the tone of color. You could just do that as blush and be done. Actually, might just do that color and be it. So let's do the other side. So because this brush is so big, you're just really shearing out the color, and but I'm using a little bit more of like the side of the brush, not the whole surface. And then you can do a little bit, a little bit on your nose. You can do a little on your forehead. And then I'm also going to do a little bit on my eyes. So I'm actually just going to take my finger right into the product, and we're going to put a little bit on my eyelid. Now you could do this with a powder bronzer as well. There's a really nice one called Golden Goddess that Elate has that's a loose that works really well in the same purpose. This will probably start to crease a little bit on my lid throughout the day, so you can always set it with a little bit of powder to help it stay on. But if you're just doing, you know, like a quick Zoom call, or just want to add a little pop and feel a little bit fresher, then this is perfect. There we go. So just adds a little extra definition. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go in and brighten a little bit more. So I'm going to use this actual powder highlighter. So this one is called Dew. Yeah, Dew from Elate. So it's a powder, and I'm going to use a blush brush. So this is the cheek brush from Elate. And just add like a really small amount on there. A little goes a long way. Just tap a little bit off. And I'm just going to add a little bit to my cheekbone there. Like that. A little bit to Cupid's bow. My lip. And then I'm going to do a little bit on the inner of my eye. So I'm going to go in with a little brush. Again, not too much. And just brighten that inner. Anything light will come forward, anything dark will sit back. So you definitely want to brighten that inner eye if you're doing a really minimal makeup. Better than doing just liner and mascara. Doing a highlighter and mascara will go a long way. And then you can do a little dab under the brows just to give a little extra highlight. There we go. So last but not, well, not last, second last, we're gonna do some mascara. So I'm going in with my Elate mascara. It's got a nice wand on it. It's gonna do more of like a natural lash. It's not super thickening, so you can get like a really nice, softly defined lash. And you can use the tip of the wand or do a couple coats if you wanna get a little extra volume. And again, really get into that base and kind of wiggle. And then just bring it outwards. So we've defined, we've brightened, we've added a bit of color. Now I want a little extra color on my lips. So you could actually go in and use that cream bronzer again. You could use any of their cream blushes. I'm gonna use a lipstick. So this is the Dare Lipstick from Elate, like that. It's like a nice kind of peachy coral color. And just I had a little bit of, there we go, lip conditioner on first, just to keep them moist while I was moistly. Oh man, Justin Trudeau, moistly. Anyways, so I'm gonna put a little color here on my blush brush, and we're gonna put a little extra on my apple on my cheek. Just my apples there. There, and that a little extra color. Perfect. Feels so much more refreshed. So there you have it. There is your 5-minute self-care makeup routine. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and please take care of yourself. do your best, and that's all you can expect. You've got this.